Listen as we raise our voice. We tell you of our fears, falling on deaf ears, so often through the years. Listen as we listen to all the words that come from you. Do you know just what you say?
David, I recognize you a block away.
And this is Deborah Howes, a grassroots activist with the Pacific Party of Oregon, and we're going to be your MCs today, mistresses of ceremony.
And just like Pacifica, this is going to be grounded by the women. We're going to start with Susana Santos, who's with the Sacred Earth Coalition here in Oregon. Susana Santos.
To seek the truth. One truth that must not be denied is that every Native American that was able to have the platform these last 2 days have had to literally fight for the right to be a voice for the indigenous communities. Behind the scenes has been a war zone. Local organizers, while well-meaning, are still in the practice of the politics of exclusion of the First Peoples. We must learn from this experience and understand that whatever we do to the indigenous people, we are doing to ourselves. We are categorically locked out of the mainstream Forest Service, and in that process, we lock our minds from the truth. When you silence the voice of the indigenous peoples, you silence the echo of the ancient forests. Our culture was created out of the earth, and the salmon, the water, were the source from which our people sought the power of truth. The mindset and what will befall Western civilization and our environment is that we have overutilized our natural resources as a commodity, rather than understanding nature as the source. The river societies of the greater Nichiwana Basin are the people from the river's source. It is my duty to speak up when matters concern our human rights. I am the tribal spokesperson, and we are the last matrilineal fishing society left in Oregon. My family is from Shears Falls on the lower Deschutes River in Central Oregon. Although we are experiencing the decline of the salmon runs caused by corporate exploitation of our ecosystems, people are equally guilty of loving nature, loving the Deschutes River to death. Over-recreational use equals overkill by rafters and are helping create the death of the salmon. The truth is, behind every indigenous people's initiative throughout Turtle Island is a race of people defending the tenets of their sacred laws and homelands. The 500-year defense of our sacred lands and spiritual freedoms encompasses the larger indigenous understandings of the natural sciences, cosmologies, medicine, and the arts. Another truth is our collective responsibility to be informed on the local, regional, indigenous people's initiatives concerning the protection of sacred lands and cultural sites. Since 1988, the Sacred Earth Coalition was founded to seek protection of Shears Falls, Smith Rocks, Mount Jefferson, and we have been instrumental in delaying the $100 million resort expansion at Mount Hood Meadows. Currently, we are appealing to you, the public, to help stop the second, third round of logging on Winona Hill. Even in Portland, we are strategizing to protect cultural sites and are involved with halting the development of the South Shore. Public testimony on the South Shore may be addressed to Portland City Council by April 26th. Please join the Sacred Earth Coalition sponsorship, or please join the Sacred Coalition in our sponsorship of the People of the Salmon Summit to be held May 21st, 22nd, 23rd in Portland. Join our efforts to learn more truths from the Indigenous people who we have asked to gather here. I would like to dedicate this poem, conclude and dedicate this poem to the all the people that have been involved in stopping the logging of Winona Hill. And this poem was written the day that the loggers came in, and this is what I saw, and perhaps we all have shared this experience in some land that we love, and that's what sacred lands means. This is called Winona Hill. No power on earth can stop the last war of the white man. Atop a mountain's pass, where some of their own met for the very first time, shouting epitaphs, poets act, decrying the generation before us for making us their pallbearers. It was a bitter end at the beginning. America, who slept through it? Where are the people you left behind? Did not some turn fear onto each other on the exodus from their connection to the Mother Earth? Is that why this side of the mountains bear dry? Because the rich row has turned to cashing in huckleberries in for the high. This is the struggle ahead. Brother, sister, face to face, can you still feel the Chinookan winds, the trees falling, slapping against your heart, against the myth, against the storm of a war god that just raped our mountaintop? Brother, sister, face the sun. Did not some turn their back against the mountain when it was but a child's dream of a place, a memory from which belies the secrets of a whole universe ahead? My sister, brother, face the moon. Or is it perhaps at the end of a time that whole histories collide? Thank you.
Well, at least we know where we're starting from here. I actually have a wonderful quote from Jay Hare, who's the president of the National Wildlife Federation. And part of why we're here is we want to make sure that the Clinton administration understands that there are many, many people in the Pacific Northwest who want not only us to be employed in meaningful work, but we want to have our ancient forests. What Jay Hare said is, what started out as a love affair is beginning to look like date rape. The person that we want to introduce
Is Winona LaDuke. So join me in welcoming Winona.
Anin, Indawe Maganan, Anin Nish, Anishinaabe, Indawe Maganan. I want to thank you for coming. I want to say welcome, and I want to say hello to my relatives and my friends for being here. We got to take a lot of courage and keep a lot of courage to do this work. I'm going to ask y'all to keep up your courage and to not compromise. That's our struggle, is to not do that. You know, natural law is the preeminent law. That's the law we are all accountable to. It is superior to the laws made by nations, made by states, made by municipalities, and made by Weyerhaeuser. We are accountable to natural law, and we need to figure out how to live accountably to natural law. Native people have that experience of having lived accountably to natural law. We figured out that that'd be the least foolish thing to do, was to try to figure out how to do that. You know, in places around here, the Haidas in the Northwest Coast, they know how to take a plank off a tree without killing the tree. In our area, we know how to make a boat out of a tree without killing the tree. And when Weyerhaeuser knows how to do that, then maybe I'm going to listen to them. It's my experience that this is a society which is based on conquest. A society which causes the destruction of more species in the past 150 years than since the Ice Age, and causes the extinction of 2,000 nations of people. It's a society based on conquest, and conquest cannot be sustained. There are no more places to conquer. There's no more frontiers left. We have that experience of having been victims of that process, and now I think, he's my great white father, that guy over there, Bruce Babbitt. Legally under the law, he's my great white father. And I think y'all know what that feels like right now, the way you feel about the forests. Gotta hold Dad responsible, and we gotta be responsible for all that. I'll say that the level of clear cutting that's going on, whether it's here or whether it's in Alaska on Gitxsan-Wet'suwet'en lands, or whether it's in Alberta where they got an area the size of Great Britain lease, that's Lubicon lands, or in Saskatchewan, all of that is what we got to stop. We are responsible for this whole Turtle Island. It is not just this region. That's what we got to remember. It's just not one place. I want to say that Indigenous people have some experience with sustainable forestry practices. This country don't treat our forests right and don't treat our land right, but the Menominee in northern Wisconsin, if you ever been there, in northern Wisconsin, if you look at a map, what you'll see is this one patch that's the Menominee Reservation, and on that reservation, they have lumber mill there, but they have the same amount of trees standing as they did 150 years ago. And that's because those people know how to take care of their forests. That's the kind of practice that I believe we need to have all over. A practice that says we are not settlers on this land. A practice that says we are not going to keep moving. It says that this is where we live and this is where we're going to stay, and we're going to take care of this place like it's our home forever. That's the kind of relationship we need to have with this land. Forests are not just about one species. They aren't about owls. They aren't about salmon. They're about culture. They're about medicines. They're about ceremony. They're about our prayers, the essence of our life. That's where our spirit comes from, all of us people. And we got to remember it. It doesn't come from someplace else. It doesn't come from a book. It comes only from that spirit, that practice that's in the forest, and that's where our strength is from. We got to make that struggle. We got to pass that Northern Rockies Ecosystem Protection Act. 20 million acres. It lets Indians play in that land, and it lets that forest keep standing. We got to do that. We got to stop the export of the trees, and we got to stop consumption. That's it. We got to start talking about consumption. We got to cut our consumption. That's how we protect ourselves and our future generations. Natural law. It's preeminent. Don't compromise. Don't sell yourselves out, because that's all we got left. Miigwech.
Stone people! Stone people! Stone people are going to do some drumming and an honor song for us. are here is that we want to honor the diversity of approaches that have brought us to this point. There are a lot of folks out here. Some of you are from organizations. Some of you just know in your heart that you have to do this. And we must honor every single person who is willing to put their life on the line at times to save our forests. We are all brothers and sisters. There is nobody here, well, maybe, but very few people here who are really your enemy, no matter how different their approach may be. I want you to reach out to them today and in the days and months to come and recognize the common ground that we stand on and the common air that we breathe and share with these trees.
We also want to recognize the common ground that this incredible natural resource, our ancient forests, and the incredible ecosystem that sustains us all has brought us here today to gather around. And we also need to show solidarity to our representatives across the river that are in that den of serpents, fighting for us and fighting for the forests. It's our scientists, it's our policymakers, it's our Native American and labor partners and many other people. So we need to show solidarity to those people, and I think that's what we're doing right now, and I hope that they could feel it. So keep up the good energy. Let the sun shine. Yeah.
Now, many of you out there are angels at the moment, but some are angels and some are not. And the summer angels, some are not, are going to now perform for us.
Hi. Hi. Glad to see you all out here today on a typical Oregon sunshiny day.
Yeah.
You know, I do have to say something. I think Clinton's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
You know, meeting with the people, showing some leadership, tackling the tough questions, and Bill's not doing bad either.
No. Yes.
We bum away.
We bum away.
In the village, the global village, the methane seeps tonight.
In the jungle, the asphalt jungle, the burgers fry tonight. We all whack away.
We all whack away.
Those owls better beware, 'cause we all whack away.
We all whack away. Those cows gotta graze somewhere. We all whack away. We all whack away. Hush, my owlet, be still, my owlet. The Forest Service is here.
We'll chop your home tree right down to Dundee, then our problems disappear.
Each small village, each logging village, fields and painted by the band. We cry job losses, cry unemployment, and ship our own growth to Japan.
Sayonara, we all whack away. Sing it with us now.
We all whack away, we all whack away, we all whack away, we all whack away, we all whack away. Every burger and piece of junk mail that we just throw away means just another Tom Peterson forest, another deep tanning day. In the village, the global village, no easy answers here. Would you rather learn a new job or live without atmosphere? Sing along! A little louder now! So they can hear it at the convention center! Thank you.
Thank you. We are indeed Summer Angels, Summer Not. We're going to sing another little bit about one of your favorite fishies and mine. Fishy, when I met you, you were just a roe. I set out to net you, you sweet pink coho. I smelt your soul. This isn't guppy love, it's the real thing.
You exude some blubber I just can't explain. I am falling for you like the northwest rain. Every flap of my gills, let's spend the night like sardines packed in light oil.
Can't afford to wait. This could be our year of distinction.
Endangered species on the brink of extinction. Frying together, like two fillets dredged in batter, Salmon in the stream, that is what we are. Gill nets in our way, how can we go spawn? Flap away with me, up another dam, and we rely on the ladders, or we'll end up on two platters,
I just can't resist you sexy firm Chinookie. Let's find some gravel, baby, and make salmon nookie.
I'm moaning, ahi, ahi.
Something of this scale could be the real thing.
But the papers say we're finished.
Stop your self-reproach. That can't happen to us, though you'd look good poached.
But the message was clear. This could be the year of extinction.
So we need to hide from the eyes of Grant McCommy.
I'm feeling like some sushi on a plate of pastrami.
Watching you mount the ladders, makes my flippers pitter-patter,
Salmon in the stream, that is what we are. Gill nets in our way, how can we go spawn? Flap away with me, up another dam, and we rely on the ladders, or we'll end up on two platters, Whale away, yeah.
Summer Angels, Summer Now. Let's hear it for them.
Okay, we'll do one more. This is from our new show, Boomers with a View.
Melinda, they said no.
We're not going to do another song, but you can see this song at Boomers with a View. Thanks for coming out today.
Hi, I'm Michael Kerrigan from the Oregon Natural Resources Council. An important way to show your support is to support the grassroots. They have tables out there. They have information. Go get information for these groups and help them any way you can. The second way you can help groups is to go to events that they have. ONRC is having its annual auction for the ancient forest tomorrow evening at Old Amzi across from the zoo starting at 5:30. It's a chance to support us, to support the forest, and support whatever events are happening. The next speaker is going to be Tim Hornyak from the Native Forest Council. Tim has been the most eloquent spokesperson for the grassroots that's been speaking out the past years in protection of the forest. He is in place of Jim Owens from the Western Ancient Forest Campaign, who's at the summit, at the conference, who couldn't come speak today. They're also a grassroots group, national group that's doing wonderful things. Tim Hornyak.
My name's Tim Hornyak with the Native Forest Council out of Eugene, Oregon. We're a national grassroots organization headquartered here in Oregon. We have circulated a petition for a long time now calling for an end to the logging of native forests remaining in federal ownership here in this country right now. It's hard to believe that this has been a difficult argument at all. We all depend on atmosphere and climate. The climate and the atmosphere of this country and this world that supports our lives is dependent in great part on the existence of forests. 60% of the world's forests don't exist anymore. 30% of that has been gone in just the last 30 to 50 years. In Brazil, they have logged 14%. We have asked them not to slow down, not to do it better, but to stop doing it at all. In this country, in the United States, we have logged 95% of our original native forest cover, 1/3 converted to asphalt and other forms of concrete development. But we're unwilling to even talk about ending the logging of the remaining publicly owned national forests. We're incredibly grateful to President Clinton. For the first time, a President of the United States, at least since Teddy Roosevelt and FDR, has brought a lot of attention to the national forest issue. Thank you, President Clinton. Now it is our concern and our hope that the right questions are asked and the right attitude and intentions have been brought to this issue here in Portland today. Time will tell, and what you and I do when we leave here today will also tell. We have the power. We live in a democracy. We vote, we write, we phone call, we make our wishes known and heard. And if we do, they will listen. Not another tree. The industry has argued that it's a renewable resource, that they plant more than they cut. We don't give a damn. It's public property, and get off. We wouldn't mine the Smithsonian. We wouldn't mine Fort Knox. We wouldn't take the bricks and the stone out of the local church or synagogue for a job. Why our national forests? Over half of the amount logged in the United States, in the Northwest, in the 6 states, is exported unfinished. Our national heritage, our jobs, our resources are being exported unfinished. How stupid can we be? Not another tree. We lost the opportunity for compromise and balance 60 years ago when they cut it down. Not another tree. Mr. Clinton, thank you very much. Have a good day. Enjoy the rain.
Now we have Will Hornyak, who's a storyteller extraordinaire.
Hello! All right. This story was inspired by a great Russian proverb, and it says, "Be noble, carry your head high, because you are the stuff of stars. Be humble, learn how to bow, because you're also the stuff of dung." Good advice on a day like today, when everybody seems to know all the answers for everybody else's problems. Be humble. We're made of dung. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, even before the first environmentalist was here, there was something here. Before the first logger, the first businessman, and the first priest or poet or storyteller was here, there was something here. There was something here. Before the first hunter-gatherer, before the first people, there was something already here. It was long before the first Chinook salmon, the first spotted owl or osprey, before the white-footed mouse and the gray whale were here. There was something already here. Before the elk and the black bear, before the slug and the shiitake mushroom was here, that something else was already here. It was before the western red cedar, before the first seeds of the Douglas fir were in the ground. There was something else here. Before the red alder and the myrtle and the maple and the birch was here, that something else was here. Before there was a river named the Columbia. Before there was a mountain named Hood. Before there was a mountain called Mazama. That something else was here. Before there was any land. Before there was any water here. Before there was an ocean called the Pacific. That something else was here. And because that something else was here, that something else that was invisible, everything else could come after that. A long time ago, when that something was first here in this place, right here, in this land, when that something was here, it was invisible. And then one day, it had an idea. It said, I want to be visible. I want to be seen. And so it started to dream itself into being. That something that was here before anything else was here, that very first thing, started to dream. Well, it dreamed for about 1,000,000 years, give or take a few thousand. I don't know. There wasn't any time then, so it didn't matter. But it kept on dreaming. And then one day, one very amazing day, and I sure wish I had been there on that day. One day, that something that had been here first, that was invisible, started to come into form. It started to talk and to sing. It started to dance itself into rhododendrons and huckleberry. It started to sing itself into mountains, into rivers. It dreamed, and it dreamed of abundance and self-sacrifice and of a leaping, passionate beauty, and the Chinook was born. It dreamed of a clear-hearted, strong, eternal wisdom, and the ancient forests started to grow. And it dreamed the dreams of a mother, dreams of fertility, dreams of incredible abundance, and the valleys formed like the Willamette. And it dreamed about 1,000,000 shades of green. And so the gray skies formed overhead, and the rain fell to make it so. Yes! And the rain fell to make it so. And it dreamed, and it kept on dreaming. And it dreamed of abundance for every creature in this place. All the flying and all the walking, the finned and the hooved and the clawed and the winged, abundance for each creature. If only that one thing, that something that came before everything else that was invisible, if only that one thing was remembered. If only that one thing was remembered. Well, that one thing that was before anything else has continued to dream and to sing and to speak, and it does so today, and it keeps doing it. That is the soul of this Northwest, the soul of this place. And you know, that's something that made everything else possible. It didn't get invited to the Forest Summit. It has no place in the House of Representatives or in the Senate. It has no place there. But I say today, in this place, here, and now, in my heart, in your hearts, there is room for you. Here, there is room for you here. Great soul of the Northwest, there is room for you here.
Well, just like the summit, there's not enough time for everybody to say everything that needs to be said. So we're just going to keep moving. The next speaker is Mike Bader with the Alliance for the Wild Rockies.
Hello, thanks. Thanks for coming out here. It's great to see all these people dedicated to the forest, and it's appropriate that you're here because it is your forest. You own it. Before we bring up our next speaker, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things we're doing together as a team. I'm from the Northern Rockies over in Montana. We're working together on a bill that's going to be introduced in Congress real quick called the Northern Rockies Ecosystem Protection Act. A bill that would protect 20 million acres of federal public forests, again, that you own. It's a citizen initiative that came up from the bottom, from the grassroots, and I think that's the way we're going to have to do these things. We haven't gotten a lot of solving of the problem coming down from the top. But our next speaker works together with us on a team along with the Alliance and Greenpeace. Greenpeace has really been a huge leader. Peter Bayhuth, a good friend of mine, a Greenpeace head of the forest campaign, they're doing a lot. Together we've launched a citizen initiative on national forests. They're knocking on 40,000 doors every night to bring this to the American public, to invest the American public, to take back our forests and protect them. Some of the things that we want to do that we hope the president will incorporate, if he's really going to have a good resolution to this, we need to implement an immediate ban on any development in federally managed roadless areas. We need to ban the export and import of all minimally processed forest products, thereby saving tens of thousands of jobs every year. We need to support ecosystem-based protection, including the Northern Rockies Ecosystem Protection Act, to ensure economic and biological stability. We need to resolve the crisis in the Pacific Northwest forest without sacrificing forests in other parts of the world. And finally, we need to reduce paper and other wood products consumption. You can set the example. The president can set the example through procurement of non-chlorine bleached, recycled, and alternative fiber products, along with paper reduction programs. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce a really good friend, a real good teammate on the Citizens Initiative. This is somebody I think you know very well through her music, which has touched all of us and is really special to us. But more importantly to myself, and I think all of you here, is a legacy that she's leaving behind by working really hard to turn this around, to take back our forests and protect them. She's done a lot, so will you please give a great hand to Carole King.
Thanks. First of all, I want to thank Mike and Peter Bayhuth of Greenpeace and all of you here, because I know that you guys are in the trenches. You're the ones out there every day trying to do what you can. And I appreciate it very much, because I'm up here, I perform, I get the glamour and the glory, but you guys are doing it, and I thank you. President Clinton is here supposedly to hear from all sides, but one thing I want to know is where's the public? There's an empty chair there where the public is supposed to be. Another concern that I have about this conference is that the below-cost timber sales issue was already settled before he even came here, and it makes me kind of wonder if there really is a hope that they're going to go in the right direction. My take on this, as for the right direction, there is a solution that would protect both the environment and the economy without compromising away pieces of the public land. That solution lies partially in taking the money that is now included in the budget for below-cost timber sales and putting it into the communities where people are unemployed. A lot of times you see environmentalists being cast as the bad guy. There's a rally over in Waterfront Park right now. I'm sure they're ranting and raving about us. And they're ranting and raving at the wrong people. If we were not there to put the blame on, it would be a management and labor problem. I was just talking to a fellow today who's here, who's in the timber industry. He drives a truck. He's been working in lumber, and he was just saying it just breaks his heart to see all the ships lining up to come and take these logs away. And that's something that I would hope would be addressed at the conference today as part of the solution. Stop shipping those logs overseas. Keep them here. Mike mentioned the Northern Rockies Ecosystem Protection Act. This area is, the coastal forests have been treated separately. They are, I suppose, a separate ecosystem. But the concept of ecosystems is now out there. Even the timber industry is talking about ecosystem management. Of course, what they mean is cutting an even larger area, clear cut. But the ecosystem way of protection is the wave of the future, and the Northern Rockies Ecosystem Protection Act is the model that this area should be using to protect your forests. And what is particularly good about this bill is it's the first time that it actually addresses the economy. Within that bill is a provision for jobs that would be involved in restoring areas that have been damaged, so that we will have more trees again. Consulting my notes. Yeah, I saw this morning the president spoke about balance, finding a balanced solution. I see a sign here, 90% cut, too late for balance. Absolutely right. Talk about compromises. There is no more room for compromise. The compromises have been made a long time ago. One of the messages that I would like to try to get to the president today, it's a very simple analogy. Remember the goose that was killed to get all the golden eggs? No more goose, no eggs. What we need to do is have sustainable forest practices so that you can keep working, so that you can keep living off this land that has been so good to us for so many thousands and thousands of years. I think I've covered everything. I just want to say once again, the media are all here today. Thank goodness this issue is getting some attention nationally. It's important to keep talking about it. The media may leave today and go on to Russia and other issues, but it is your voice that will continue to be heard. I will continue to speak for you and with you. The people that you heard and saw last night will continue to be involved. We want you to continue to be involved. Keep the pressure on your elected officials. Let them know that their timber are not their only constituents, the big timber corporations. You are their constituents. You who want your environment and your economy protected. Write them. Let them know. Eco-revolution. Thank you. God bless you.
Carole, thank you very much. You know, Carole said, write your legislators. It's very, very important. We have some legislators here in town who actually get a lot of cards and letters from folks like you, and it seems to make a difference. And Mike just wants to thank you for all the harassing you do to keep him on track to save our watersheds and our forests, because Mike is a friend of ours, but he does need to keep hearing from you. Mike Lindbergh, Commissioner, City of Portland.
Thank you very much. Incredible night last night. Because of the importance spiritually, because of the importance in terms of our world climate and controlling global warming, because of the importance of sustainability for future generations, because of the importance of recognizing the entire ecosystem, we should stop cutting the ancient forests now. Thank you very much.
We have a lot of folks to thank. We want to thank Nadine Varner, Tom Trafferson, the Concert Sound, Reed Staging, Music Millennium, Oregon Natural Resources Council, the Earth and Spirit Coalition, the Pacific Party of Oregon, the National Wildlife Federation, the Ancient Forest Celebration folks who put on a damn good party last night, Western Ancient Forest Coalition, the Pacific Rivers Council. Oh gosh, there's so many people and individuals and groups. that are making this possible. Don't stop for a heartbeat. Ernie Pardini, an unemployed logger from Northern California.
Hi. First of all, I'd just like to tell all of you what an incredible honor it is to be here speaking before you today. To be on the same stage as Carole King just like totally blows me away, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little bit nervous. You may think it's strange that I'm here at all at this rally, and that might be more appropriate if I were speaking before a bunch of yellow ribbon wavers. But I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about divisions. Very destructive and very needless divisions, yet very real divisions that exist in each and every one of our timber communities, allowing them to destroy 90% of our ancient forests. The corporations play on these divisions. They use them to redirect the blame, allowing themselves the room they need to continue their crimes against our forests. I asked myself a question one day. I'm a fifth-generation logger. On the other hand, I have an undying and deep-seated passion for the beauty that nature has blessed us all with, and also an incredible desire to see this beauty perpetuated for generations to come. That mindset makes me an environmentalist. I ask myself, does this same division exist within me that causes loggers and environmentalists to constantly work against each other? I searched inside for a reason or a basis for this kind of conflict, and I couldn't find one. I realized then that we share the same goals, the same ends, and the same dreams, and that the corporate timber interests are our real enemy. The corporations treat loggers the same way they treat the forests. They use us up and then they leave us behind. Most loggers and timber industry workers that I know do realize the truth, but because of either a fear of negative peer pressure or a fear of unemployment, they're afraid to speak out. And to hear environmentalists blame loggers for our forest problems is like the corporations blaming the spotted owl for all their mill closures. The problem is not loggers versus environmentalists, but the timber corporations against each and every one of our communities. I've heard a lot of optimism in the last day or so about the possible outcomes of the Forest Conference, but I'm afraid I don't share in all this optimism. What I expect realistically is for our government to make a lot of trade-offs. An example, agreeing to preserve a few isolated sections of ancient forests in return for further subsidizing corporate logging on federal lands. We cannot let this happen. In Mendocino County, where I live, is on the dying southern edge of the redwood forest. So we know there what could happen to the rest of you. No ancient forests and no jobs. You've heard of cut and run logging. LP, or Louisiana Pacific, which to us down there is the same as Weyerhaeuser is to you, has cut 90% of its trees in Mendocino County and has now closed 5 out of 6 of its mills operating there. Excuse me just a moment. I'm afraid I don't have my entire speech memorized. They've laid off over 1,500 workers, and that doesn't include subcontracting loggers who log their timber and ship that timber to the mills. We are on the run side of cut and run logging. And our forests are not being cut to provide jobs, but rather to provide huge profits for greedy millionaires like Harry Merlo of Louisiana Pacific and Charles Hurwitz of Maxam Corporation. I'd just like to say in closing that up until now, the power is not in government. Government is not going to do anything for us. The real power up to this point has been in the hands of the timber executives. But as of today, right now, right this minute, the power is ours. And I urge all of you out there, I urge all of you to seize that power and let them know that it is in our hands now, not theirs. And by the way, on the tail end of the march to the Forest Conference, a group of us are going to be going back over across the bridge to the LP corporate headquarters to let them know that they are out of power now. It is now ours.
Okay, folks, before we bring out our next performer, Betsy Rose, it's time for a little bit of audience participation. According to my watch, the policy geeks and the pundits and the number crunchers across the river are getting ready to have some lunch, so now we can disturb them. You remember last week when Mother Earth gave a little shrug? We want to make it happen again. We need a chant, we need a rant, we need a rave, and it goes like this. Clinton, Gore, cut no more. Clinton, Gore, cut no more. Clinton, Gore, cut no more. Betsy Rose, cut no more. Clinton, Gore, cut no more. Clinton, Gore, cut no more. Clinton, Gore, cut no more.
A song from the Australian rainforest, the Daintree Forest, from a bunch of people who demonstrated out in front of that forest to save its life. And what they did was they buried themselves in the earth from their feet right up to their necks. They became one with the earth. They even chained their ankles to concrete blocks so they'd be really hard to harvest when the police came along to pull them up. They saved the forest, and I think this is just the day to sing about that. And there's a part for you, okay, on the chorus. When I sing life, I want you to sing life right after me and raise your fist. So I go life, and you go life. Right. And also the last line of the chorus repeats, so sing along with that too. Some people bury their heads in the sand. I'm gonna bury my tail. Chain my foot to a concrete root. Gonna wait till they take me to jail. Oh, wait till they take me to jail. That's your part. Wait till they take me to jail. Now I ain't gonna wait to be 6 feet under. Bury my bones in the clay. Swing low, sweet paddy wagon, coming for to carry me away. Oh, coming for to carry me away. You got it. Now it's cold and it's damp down here in the ground. Chills me through and through. But it's home to the critters who burrow in the earth, so I guess it's my home too. I guess it's my home too. Here we go. 'Cause there's life, life, life in the tree, there's life. Life in the stone, there's life in you and me. One family, one home. One family, one home. Now these ancient trees were standing here when the first white foot touched ground. White fella marveled at the scenery, then he settled into tearing it down. Settled into tearing it down. And the people of the dreamin' felt the blow, heard the silent scream. Tell me, where will the spirits dwell? Where will we find our dream? Where will we find our dream? 'Cause there's life, life in the tree, there's life. Life in the stone, there's life in you and me. One family, one home. One family, one home. Tear the green lungs off of the earth, carve away her crust. We'll be cutting the ground right under our feet, choking on the dust. We'll be choking on the dust. So it's two-legged, four-legged, winged and finned, the rock and the willow bough, strung together in a mighty chain, and we're all in danger now. We're all in danger now. But there's life, life in the tree, there's life, life in the stone, there's life in you and me. We're one family.
one home. Sing it with me. One family, one home. Keep it going. One family, one home, one family. The rock and the willow, one family. The people of the dream and family. The critters of the earth and the family of the Amazon forestly family. The great Northwest, one family of you and me. We're one family, one home. Thank you very much. You look like a group of people that need to move, right? Are your feet like turning into little ice cubes? Okay, I'm going to show you something real quick. I need a chair to put my guitar on here, please. Just grab me that chair. Okay, this is a chant, and it's going to involve a little bit of motion, all right? So if you can grab somebody and hold hands, do it. If you can't, that's all right. You can just use your hands anyway. The chant goes like this. This is where we all become trees, all right? Standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open to be standing like a tree. Got that? Okay, let's sing just that together, and then I'll show you what to do. You can probably figure out what to do without me showing you. Let's try it, though. Standing like a tree. Standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open to be standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open to be standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is louder, standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart. Stamp the earth, let's make it rock. Standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open to be one more like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open to be standing like a tree. You look wonderful doing that. Let's dance our way into this new era. Trees are the best dancers I know. Let's join them. One last song here. This is called Mother Earth. It's got a part where you can clap. Not that you haven't been clapping already, but see if you can clap in rhythm at certain points in this song. It happens every time I slap my guitar, okay? Who's been here a long, long time before the human race? Who's been spinning round and round, blue and green in space? Who makes sure that every species has a special place? And who needs our help today? Who is it? It's our Mother Earth, my Mother Earth, and we cannot live without her. She gives us our birth. Now she needs all her children to defend her worth. It's time for us to mother our Mother Earth. That's right. It's time for us to mother our Mother Earth. Whose rivers need a cleaning? Whose sky is turning brown? Whose forests... Oh, I lost the words. Wait a minute. Whose rivers need a cleaning? Whose sky is turning brown? Who's choking from the plastic junk that never will break down? Whose forests being lumbered? Whose soil is turned to sand? And who needs our helping hand? It's our Mother Earth, our Mother Earth, and we cannot live without her. She gives us our birth. Now she needs all her children to defend her worth. It's time for us to mother our mother. Sing with me. Time for us to mother our mother. For the rivers are her bloodstream and the forests are her lungs. The ozone layer keeps her cool, the topsoil keeps her warm. The wind is her laughter, rain is her tears, and we are her eyes and her ears. We are mother, sweet mother, and we cannot live without her. She gives us our birth. She needs all her children to defend her worth. It's time for us to mother our mother. It's time for us to mother our mother. Now don't you be discouraged, though we're standing on the brink. The choice is in our hands now to evolve or go extinct. It means changes on the inside, big changes in our lives, for this family of earth to survive. With our mother, oh, we cannot live without her. She gives us our birth. She needs all her children to defend her worth. It's time for us to mother our mother. It's time for us to mother our mother. It's time for us to mother our mother. One more. Time for us to mother our mother.
Betsy, thank you very much. Betsy does have some tapes available for you to look at, maybe make some donations or something. They're up at the Earth and Spirit table. There are a number of tables up there. We are hoping that you will avail yourself of people who have been involved in this issue, maybe from a different angle than you have. Also want to thank some other groups, Earth First here in Portland, Wild Salmon Nation, the people who are responsible for those salmon over here. Greenpeace. A very big thank you to Joe Keating of the Pacific Party. Michael Kerrigan of ONRC. And Linda Neal of Earth and Spirit, who really did put this together. Our next speaker is Lou Gold. He needs no introduction.
It's good to be here. It's good to be seeing all these people standing out here in the rain. You know, this is a historic moment, and it makes me think of the history of our struggle for these trees. Down in southern Oregon, that struggle, in fact, the whole ancient forest struggle started 10 years ago in April of 1983. When local people went out and stood in front of the bulldozers on a place called the Bald Mound Road. Afterwards, we went in and we talked to the forest supervisor. And the forest supervisor gave us a lecture. He said that he was committed to balance. And in producing a plan for balance, he was sure that he was not going to please everybody. This morning, I listened to President Clinton begin the summit conference on what to do about the forest. He began by saying, we are committed to balance. We are going to produce a balanced solution, and I am sure we are not going to please everybody. Balance must stop. The kind of balance that we've had for 40 years has been the balance that has created victims out of the loggers, out of rural communities, out of small timber mills, out of the spotted owl, out of the marble murrelet, out of over 100 runs of Pacific Coast salmon that have already gone extinct, another 200 runs that are now at risk, and we are being called upon to choose among the victims. While the victims describe the way they hurt, and they genuinely hurt, whether it's fish or loggers, the corporate Mongols laugh all the way to the bank. The truth of the matter is, Right now, there are more unfinished wood products being exported than the total amount being cut in our national forest. We could stop cutting another tree in our national forest if we had the courage to stop those log exports. The timber industry is complaining about log supply. In every single year since 1983, when we got involved in this, 100,000 acres of old-growth forest has been cut. And that includes last year when 106,000 acres of old-growth forest was cut. There have been job losses, 20,000 of them, and they have gone out with the exports, and they have been victimized by automation, by mechanization. What we must stop is the corporate gentrification of rural America that is pitting decent people against one another. In this whole 10-year period, I saw only one example of loggers and environmentalists working together, and that was during the Great Fires of Southern Oregon. Suddenly there were loggers and environmentalists fighting those fires in the name of preservation and rehabilitation. And my plea is that this administration change the economy from a war against nature to an economy based on preservation, based on rehabilitation, and bring the people back together and give us a sustainable future. Thank you.
At this time, I'm honored to introduce a spiritual, cultural, and environmental activist, Calvin Hecocta.
Good afternoon, people. Say hello. It's a good day. I love the rain and the people that stand in the rain. It's good to be here. The reason that I'm here is to talk about the old trees, and the young trees, and the young bees, and all of these kind of things that belong in the forest land. I like to talk about them because those are part of my world and part of my responsibility to take care of them. I see a lot of good signs talking about protection, saving our land. One time I listened to a man that talked about the tree. Tree is one of our brothers, our lifeblood. The tree is the one that breathes and brings all the air to us and keeps it clean and healthy. Serves as our protection. Collects our water. All of these things which is important to life. So while my Uncle Bill is across the river talking, trying to continue with the compromise, over here on this side, we're talking about no compromise. We can't allow that. As long as I live, I'll never want to say compromise. And I hope that all of you will follow the same. And talk about it in your home. No compromise. No more trees falling. No more poisoning of our waters and air. There are sacred places in this land that are the mountains and the mountaintops. And we've been to one this year and last year called Winona Hill. And we have to go back again. And I want to see all of you there when we go back. It's a sacred place, a prayer place. And there are others like that. We have a place called the South Shore. They're going to have a South Shore development going on. We have to stop that. We have to do these things because those are part of our spirit. The spirit of my ancestors and the ancestors of all that lived here and along the rivers. We need your help to protect these places. There's another out in St. Helens, the Black Hills in south central Oregon, the Sican River that's dying because of logging and the clear cutting. The Winona National Forest, Fremont National Forest, we've got to let them know we can't put up with it anymore. One time, the first time I was up here, I talked about something called being a patriot. What is that? And at that time I asked, is it my responsibility as a citizen, as a taxpayer, as a man, as a human being, to stand by and watch my land be destroyed? Is it my responsibility to stand by quietly while the future of our children is being destroyed? Where do we go from here? Cross the river. You gotta get loud. Make some noise. Let Uncle Bill know we're here. We gotta let him and his cohorts know that we're serious. No compromise in this world today. We can't afford it. We got to make this man understand that there are future generations depending on us and depending on him too, and all of the representatives we have in this state. So let's go and do that. Let him know that we're for real. I want to thank you very much.
At the end of this, and there's a few more things that are going to happen, the Stone people are going to play again. There's going to be a dance about endangered species here. And after that, there is a march for those of you who want to participate from here down to the waterfront. Some people will also be going all the way to the convention center. Some people may be going to that the Union building that Ernie talked about earlier. We've been informed by the police that anybody that does attempt to do that will be arrested. Choose your arrests wisely. I want to introduce Joe Keating, who's been one of the organizers of this event. Joe Keating of the Pacific Party.
Well, hi, folks. You're all beautiful. Just a couple of announcements. Those folks who have been working security, you've been doing a great job. After the rally here, if you'd all gather in front, and we'll have one sweep of the square to make sure we tread lightly on where we are. And that goes for everyone. Please pick up after yourselves. And I want to especially thank the folks here at Pioneer Square who have been so good to letting us share their space with them. One other thing, we don't have very much money, and we're a little overextended, as usual. And so what we have is a need for everyone to sort of go into their pockets a little bit, pull out $1 or $2. There's some wonderful folks in the front here with these red shirts on that have brown paper bags. And they're going to split up and just sort of wander. And if you can, share a little bit of your hard-earned money with us, That'd be great. And thanks a lot.
The march will start in this corner, and here we have the Stone People. If you see one of these green cards to save Bull Run, please pick one up and sign it. Don't worry about the doves. They just remind us that we need to live in harmony and peace with our mother and our brothers and sisters, and they will find their own way home. You guys are wonderful. Take good care of yourselves. We have a lot of work still to do here in the Northwest. But please stay and watch Wildfire, and when Wildfire is finished, if you want to join the march, they'll be meeting in about 15 minutes over in this corner behind me. We're about to lose power, the amplified power. Stay tuned to the power within you, and look around at all the power here.
Tears of